There is a moment each night just before sleep takes you when the world grows quieter and something older than thought begins to surface. A moment when the body lies down, but the mind is still listening. Have you noticed it? That brief space when the lights are off, the room is still, and you instinctively check not the doors, not the windows, but something deeper. A quiet question moved through you, often without words. Am I safe enough to rest? Is what I have enough for now? Can I let go until morning? This question has been asked for as long as humans have slept under roofs, under skies, under stars, not anxiously, not dramatically, but faithfully, night after night. Because sleep is not only rest, sleep is surrender. And surrender has always required a sense of continuity. The feeling that something steady remains, even when consciousness loosens its grip. Tonight and for the next few minutes, we are going to remember a very small way people once supported that sense of steadiness. Not through belief, not through effort, not through hope for gain, but through something simple, quiet, almost forgettable. A single coin placed near where you sleep for 7 nights. Long before people spoke of abundance or lack, before numbers raced across screens, before value became abstract and distant, humans kept small, solid things close to their resting place. A stone, a token, a piece of metal worn smooth by time, not as a charm, not as a prayer, but as reassurance. These objects were not hidden. They were not revered. They were simply there, near the body, within reach of sleep. They reminded the nervous system, long before it had a name, that something of worth remained present through the night. That continuity did not disappear when the eyes closed, that tomorrow had roots in yesterday. In many homes across many cultures, a small object of value rested near the bed. Not to invite more, but to acknowledge what already existed. Value was not something to chase. It was something to keep steady. A coin is particularly suited for this, not because of what it can buy, but because of what it has already done. A coin has passed through countless hands. It has been exchanged for bread, for shelter, for tools, for passage. It has moved slowly through time, remaining itself while circumstances changed around it. It does not rush. It does not grow anxious. It does not multiply or disappear overnight. It endures. When placed near where you sleep, a coin does not promise anything. It does not attract. It does not summon. It simply represents continuity. That value moves, but does not vanish. That exchange happens, but stability remains. Its weight is real. Its presence is quiet. And the body understands this language instinctively. Not intellectually, not symbolically, physically. This is why the practice lasts 7 nights. Not because 7 is sacred, not because it is powerful, but because it is a rhythm. Long enough for the body to notice something new, short enough to remain gentle. 1 week of nights, 1 full turning of rest and waking. Enough time for the presence of something steady to become familiar without becoming heavy. You are not building a habit. You are not creating dependence. You are simply allowing the nervous system to experience continuity without effort. Each night before sleep, you place a single coin near where you rest, on a bedside table, under a book, near the bed frame, anywhere close but not intrusive. You do not need to look at it. You do not need to touch it. You do not need to think about it, place it, and then sleep. That is all. No words, no meaning-making, no checking to see if it is working. The coin does not need your attention to do what it quietly does best. Remain. We will move deeper into what People often notice as the nights pass why effortlessness matters more than understanding, and how subtle steadiness can soften worry without ever demanding belief. For now, let this be enough. A small, solid thing, kept near where you rest, because security has always begun this way, not with grand solutions, but with something steady placed quietly beside the sleeping body. As the nights pass, something subtle often begins to shift, not in a way that announces itself, not in a way that asks to be analyzed. It is more like a loosening. By the third night, some people notice that sleep arrives with less negotiation. The body settles a little faster. The breath deepens without instruction. The mind, which usually circles the same quiet concerns, does not need to circle as long. Nothing has been solved. Nothing has changed on the surface. And yet, the edges soften. There may be fewer thoughts about tomorrow just before sleep, or the thoughts may come, but they no longer carry the same weight. This is not because the coin has done something. It is because the body has recognized something, a steady presence, a signal of continuity, the kind that has always told the human system, you may rest now. By the seventh night, what some notice is not dramatic calm, but practical quiet, a sense that worries, especially the ones tied to survival and provision, feels slightly less sharp. Not gone, not ignored, just placed at a manageable distance. Small decisions during the day may feel clearer. Not easier, but less tangled. Sleep may feel more complete, as if the night truly did what it was meant to do. Again, there is no guarantee, no promise embedded here. Only a pattern that has appeared when something steady is allowed to remain nearby without being questioned. What matters most in this practice is that nothing is required of you. You do not need to believe in the object. You do not need to respect it. You do not need to feel anything at all. You are not using the coin. You are simply allowing it to exist in your resting space as something solid and unchanged. There is nothing to do correctly, nothing to disrupt. If you forget about it one night, the practice has not failed. If you feel nothing by the seventh night, nothing has been lost. This is not an exchange. It is not a test. It is a quiet offering of steadiness to a system that has spent a lifetime staying alert. You may notice, as the nights move forward, that what feels most comforting is not the coin itself, but what it represents without words. That something can remain present without demanding attention. That value does not need to be pursued in order to be felt. That rest is possible even when the world remains uncertain. These are not new ideas. They are old enough to be remembered by the body before the mind catches up. When the 7 nights are complete, you may leave the coin where it is, or you may move it elsewhere, or you may put it away entirely. There is no correct ending. What matters is what you noticed, not intellectually, but quietly. What felt more settled, what softened, what required less effort. Because security has never begun with control. It has always begun with small, steady things kept close to where we rest.